Is and we're live.
Oh, we're live. What?
Yeah, that's it. We just go straight into it.
I've been live on YouTube before, so this is the first one.
There's no intro. We just go for it.
I like it.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for joining me in another unboxing. I have my good friend with me, JP. He just came over from his indie show, so hopefully everybody check that out. And yeah, we're gonna do a little unboxing. He's here to join me as I unbox some things. What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing, man?
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. Just a couple boxes that I had laying around. Like I said, a lot of these are, I don't even know if you want to call it speculation. At this point, it's more like anticipation, I guess, or it's somebody that's we know is coming, right? I mean, they're going to be on it, and it's one of those things where it's like, I just want to jump on the character now before they start
really
blowing up. Yeah, because it's one of those things where you know how when they first announce it and they're like, oh yeah, this character's coming, and then everything blows up, and then nothing happens. There's no script. There's no nothing. There's no any actors tied to it or anything like that. And then all of a sudden there's a die down and stuff like that. And but you know it's coming. Right? Yeah, but you know it's coming. And when they do finally announce an actor, an actress, or whatever, that's when things just start going absolutely bonkers. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump on this now so that way I have them ready. And when things pop off, they're going out the door. So, but before I get into those, I'm going to jump into actually some free comic book day pickups. So the store that I went to is Wonderland Comics, and it's in Connecticut. So it's probably like
small. Make yourself big.
There you go. And you know, they had their free comic book day. It's probably about 35 minutes away from me.
Nice.
And so I've decided to, drive over there because my local LCS, they were doing a limit. It was like 5 books or something like that. Out of the 52 titles, you can get 5. And that was just not enough for me. What's going on, TJ? TJ was one of the first people when I posted, should I go live to unbox this? He was like, yes. He was the first person to say yes.
Shockingly, TJ wanted you to go live.
And yeah, so I was like, I'm not gonna deal with that. And they had a pretty cool setup. They had like 4 artists that were doing like headshots and stuff like that for free.
Nice.
But I figured it was gonna be really packed and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'll go to this other place. And the reason why I went there as well is because they had a back issue sale going on. Nice. And anything that was under $20 in their back issue bins was 70% off. So yeah. So what's going on? Hi, Leia.
Hello.
Yeah, all these guys are kind of recovering from MegaCon. So you see that craziness going on there. So I'm glad that everybody had a good time there and stuff, and everybody was safe and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so I mean, I couldn't beat it, right? I mean, 70% off. No. You can't beat that, right? So basically, every book here was $5 and under. So they all came out to either $1.20 or $1.50 after the sale. So, you have to jump on those things. And the first one is kind of like, one of those random spec just in case. Again, if it falters, it was $1.20, right? The Avengers No Road Home number 10. So this was like the debut costume of something plus the like first cosmic Zeus or some crap like that.
Okay.
It's one of those things where like I took a shot. I took a shot, and it's like it was $1.20.
Yeah, $1.20.
If it doesn't go anywhere, whatever, Yeah. And then I decided to get the variant cover. That looked pretty cool. So I was like, again, $1.20. You can't beat that. And then I was just kind of going through like the Avengers boxes, and they had this guy right here, $6.85. This was like the like armor, Iron Hulk armor or something like that.
Yeah, I forget what they called that, but yeah.
Yeah, again, $1.20. Why not? And we have Uncanny Avengers number 5. I believe this was like the first appearance of like the Apocalypse twins or something like that. No, again, cheap books, and you never know what could happen with them, right? With a bunch of things going younger and stuff like that, you never know. Uncanny Avengers number 9. This was the first time I believe Dakin was the Horseman of Death.
Okay.
So yeah, might as well. This one was purely a cover buy because everything Kang right now is going absolutely crazy. So
yeah.
And Uncanny Avengers number 12. This was just again a cover buy. He's on the cover. He looked pretty cool. And again,
that's about all it takes right now. So
yeah,
for it to be like a $20 book, you could probably turn and sell it for $20 right now. And
exactly. And like I said, for $1.20, it's like I had to jump on that. Then Uncanny Avengers 25.
Cool Red Skull.
Yep. So I believe this was like an appearance by like Red Onslaught or something like that. So,
Red. Okay.
Yeah.
There's so many random keys anymore.
So many random things. I was like, whatever. I'll grab it. Next was Secret Avengers number 2. And I believe this was like another cameo or first appearance of somebody.
Somewhere.
Yeah, another random ass character. But again, it's one of those things where it's some of these random characters pop up and random things, and with all the shows and everything coming up, I was like, might as well. Why not?
Yeah.
And this one was Avengers Spotlight 31. And I believe this was like the first appearance of like I think I wrote it down somewhere. Xenophobic Man.
Okay.
Sure. Again, it was $1.20. It's like, why not? Oh, there you go. Hey, Red Skull
with Xavier's brain. Okay.
There you go. Thanks, Jimmy.
Like, how many other people's bodies has Xavier like taken over at this point?
Yeah, seriously. Exactly. I'm like, yeah, why not? These I had to grab because why not? It's something that's killing children.
Oh, nice.
Number 13. Sitting in the back issue bin for I think it was like cover price or $5.
Yeah.
So I got it for like $1.50.
Sweet.
I think these issue 13s are going for like, I don't know, $17, $18. I was like,
yeah, everything in that series is going for
everything.
Something.
And if one is good, 2 is better.
Nice.
So they had 2 in the box. I grabbed both of them.
There you go.
This one was, for me, I think it was a cover buy, but it was also the character itself. And it was Marvel Voices, Indigenous Voices number 1.
With Echo
on the cover, and it's a David Mack variant cover. So beautiful cover, and like I said, it was labeled as $5, but I think I got it for $1.50 or whatever. So I couldn't pass that up.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think that cover it might actually be going for something right now.
I think it was, and it was maybe going for like $15 to $20 or something like that. So I'm like, I couldn't pass it up. But like I said, it was just a beautiful cover, and obviously we know this character is showing up in the Hawkeye series, so I was like, yeah, I'll jump on that. And then these were the last 2, but I was glad to see these in the box. And again, you got to go with Kang, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Avengers number 2. $1.20.
Well, the Kang's on the cover.
These Alex Ross. Again, it's nothing. There's nothing to it. It's literally just a cover. But it's an amazing cover. It has all the variations of Kang.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I saw that and I was like, "Yep, I'm grabbing that for $1.20." And then I was like, "Hey, look, there's a second one in the box, and I'm grabbing that one too." So they were both listed for $4. Got them for $1.20. I'm like, yeah, I need to snag these up. So yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, it was a good time. There was actually quite a bit of people there, and I think the lady who runs the store was basically like that. That was her best like free comic book day that she could remember, because
Sweet.
there was just so many people there. And again, it was like, yeah, well, you had a 70% off back issue. So, and even any higher things, it was like 30% off, and statues and everything were like buy two, get one free. And then if it wasn't, if it was like a wall book or anything like that, everything else was 20% off. So, it was a decent sale. So I'm like, yeah, there was a crap ton of people there. And the fact that they didn't limit the amount of titles that you can grab for a free comic book day. So I essentially grabbed almost every single one except for Stray Dogs. By the time I got there, they were all gone. Yeah. So I'm like, whatever. But I did pick up like the Avengers and the Spider-Man and all those other ones, and House of Slaughter and stuff. So I was fine with that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, at least you already had it. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, wow. I appreciate it.
You got 18K. Woo. That's a lot.
Whoa. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, it was, they had quite a bit of people there. I mean, I normally go there every once in a while, and there's usually a few people, lingering around and stuff like that. But it was pretty packed. They actually had both registers open because there was just so many people. I'm like, well, good for you. So yeah, like I said, I'll take it.
Well, I went. My shop is closed, so yeah. But they gave, because they'd already ordered the free comic book day ones. They put them out at the library the county library, and so I just walked in and grabbed what you wanted and left. So
yeah, I heard that there's another comic shop, right, that just opened or something like that. But
they're supposedly opening sometime in September, October-ish. I think he was shooting for September. I've never met the guy, so we'll see. He had his card on the table with the free comic books or whatever, but he doesn't have last I heard, he didn't actually have a location yet, so I don't know when he's going to open. So
yeah. How far and how what
about the same as it used to be. The place before was like 45. This will be like 30 or 35 minutes away. So it'll be a little closer, but not a ton closer. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's basically going to be one town closer.
Yeah. Like, there you go. I mean, hey, anything closer is better. Yeah. I mean, like I said, my normal shop is 10 minutes away from me. Yeah. But every once in a while, it's like I go there, and they sometimes they have some decent back issues. I feel like every once in a while they're a little overpriced, but you can find some deals here and there if you really go digging.
That's how mine was. The one I had before was some things they were overpriced, some things were pretty good deals.
Yeah, like I said,
you'd find a steal. So
yeah, exactly. And you had to be on it before that, because my shop, most of the time they're on it, right? And I'll walk in there and I see them digging through the back issue bins, pulling out the ones that are spiking, and I'm like, oh, come on, guys.
Oh yeah, well, my shop was on it. They had actually had their whole inventory catalog, so they knew every book was in their system. So if something spiked, they could just go look it up.
Yeah, wow,
and see if they had it or not.
Oh man, yeah. No, like I said, every once in a while we can, me and my brother go there and we'll find some deals and stuff like that. And every once in a while they have like their dollar bins, and you can find a random book in there for $1 and stuff like that. So, but for the most part, I usually tend to wait when they have like sales and it's like 20-30% off, stuff like that, and then I'll try to get something there. But yeah, most of the time we're usually driving around trying to find different places.
No.
So I'm gonna open up the first one. I believe I know what this one is, and again, it's one of those books that I'm just grabbing multiples of because, again, I think this character has, it's gonna have some legs, and she will be around for a while. It is a female.
There you go.
It was in a Gemini mailer, but there's no backboard. It's just in plastic, and it wasn't taped to the box. It wasn't taped to anything, so it can rattle around. He did, however, tape the sides of it. Like, he really pinched it when he taped it. So I think it held it in place. I cut it open, and it doesn't appear to be damaged. I mean, the corners look pretty good, even though there's really there was no support in this thing, which, again,
sometimes you get lucky.
I got lucky on this one, and it is.
Oh, nice.
Vince Wireman number 7, the third print,
right?
Yep. So
second or third print. I forget which one has
the third print.
Yeah.
So it's the third print with the little bubble. I think I want to say like the print count on this was like less than 4,000 or something like that or whatever. So it was relatively low.
Nice.
And so again, I've been trying to snag these low prints and stuff like that. I've been trying to snag them in anticipation of when they announce the character or when they have an actress tied to the character and stuff like that. So so that was that one. There's another box. So
it has been at CGC right now. Might get it in March. Yeah, that's about right.
Yo, what's going on, Spectre? Thanks for stopping in, brother. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's like,
I don't know if you worked in Mojo or something, Jimmy, on that books. Andy got back fast.
Well, yeah, Andy got his books back in 27 days or whatever it was. That was tough.
Like Fast Track is supposed to be like 90 days right now. He got them back in no time.
Yeah. So this one,
must have done something right when he packed those up.
This was a nice little bundle that I got, and it was a Gemini mailer inside of a Gemini mailer.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, okay, I appreciate that.
There you go.
I have been having decent luck with eBay sellers and stuff like that, like asking them, to please like pack the books well if you can, and just let them know like, hey, post office likes to crush some shit. Like, can you please just make sure it's packed well so that if they do try to punt my book, I'll get it okay. So, and I've had relatively good feedback, and you'd be like, yeah, it's packed well and stuff like this. I'm like, okay, so I haven't had too many of the douchebags like, oh no, I know how to pack. Don't tell me what to do. And like, all right, just asking, man. And then they put it in cardboard too.
No,
so very well packaged. And I believe this one, this little lot that I bought, the shipping was only $5.
Oh wow!
And he packed the hell out of it for $5. So
yeah.
And he shipped it media mail, which is a little strange, but it was coming from Maryland, and it got here faster than some of the books that were shipped first class. So which is I'll take it. They got here okay, and it was packaged very well. So I appreciate that. All right, so let's throw it there, and we got the painter's tape on here, which is always good. No pull tabs on the painter tape, but at least there's just painter tape, so it's easy to take off. Oh, there you go. Got some.
He's forgetting that he was, because he's asking me what grade did I want, because he talked to me back when he sent those off to CGC.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I forgot he had those coming, and I bought one when I had some money together.
Nice.
So so I already have one. It's like, oh yeah, because I'm a dummy. Because I was gonna buy it. If it came back the right grade, I was gonna buy it from Jimmy. And yeah. And he was like, he saw the video because he'd forgotten too, because he saw the video and was like, what the heck? And I was like, what do you mean what the heck? He's like, I had those books coming. I was like, son of a bitch.
Oh damn it. Yep. Yeah. No. He just posted a bunch of books on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, one of the books is one of the books that I had on my hunt list that kind of fell by the wayside because my situation. And it was that Adam Hughes.
I saw him post that today.
I was like, all right. I was like, I hope it sells, Jimmy, because it needs to get out of my sight.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, son of a bitch. Just such a great book, man.
Well, if I wanted a higher grade. Well, the one I have is a 9.0. So I'm might be willing to but then you would still have to sell it. Like I'd have to trade it or something. I'd have to sell and to do that to upgrade. I might be interested in upgrade depending on what they come back.
There you go.
So nice. This would take me making I'd have to move the one I have and upgrade. So if you have one that comes back like a 9.2 or 9.4,
there you go.
Maybe we could work something.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
might be one for a 9.2. There you go. nice little bump.
So yeah, I would be potentially interested in doing that if we could work something for a reasonable upgrade fee, or if I could sell the one I have for the right and get a good deal with you. So
I'm pretty sure. We all know Jimmy. Jimmy's
Jimmy's
an awesome guy.
We might work something out still.
Yeah, he's willing to work with you, man.
I mean, if I can sell that one, if he's not interested, if I could sell that one for enough to basically just upgrade a little bit, I would be interested. So
nice.
Because I think it's actually going for more. I need the cash. Don't we all?
Yeah, seriously. So these were, like I said, it was a lot, and it was Invincible Iron Man number 8. So you might see where I'm going with this.
Oh yeah.
Invincible Iron Man number 10.
Uh-huh.
So these were the books that were kind of thrown in there.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to. Invincible Iron Man number 11. I mean, some cool covers and stuff, but the books that I wanted whereas Invincible Iron Man number 7, third print.
The third. There you go.
There's another one. You got Invincible Iron Man number 7, first print.
Oh, nice.
So that's my second copy of this that I have. And then
Jimmy's anticipating here. He's anticipating.
And
the big one. There it is.
There it is. The first print. And this is also my second copy of this one as well.
Nice.
So
I never did buy any of her stuff to invest in. Should have probably bought some more, but didn't.
Like I said, I know she's coming. She's a young character, and she's not going to be a one-off, right? She's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, Marvel wants to go younger. They want these characters for 10, 15 years and stuff like that. So I'm just, like I said, now I can get these books. I'm getting them for under 50, under 100, under 80, and stuff like that. So when these books were spiking at 150, 200, 250 raw, when they just kind of announced that, possibly Ironheart is coming, stuff like that. And then, of course, there was no news and everything, and kind of took a little dive. And
they dipped back down, yeah.
That's what I'm sneaking in there to kind of grab these books.
That's kind of my goal. If I end up going to the con this weekend, which I have a whole thing why I may not be able to go, because basically I got sent home today. The office closed because we had some COVID positives. And I probably we were both wearing masks, but I had a long conversation in the kitchen yesterday with one of the people that tested positive today.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm going to have to test myself, because I don't want to, I've had the vaccine and everything else, but I don't want to be spreading it.
Exactly.
I don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to take a PCR test, and I'm going to take a home test before I go. If I go on Friday, but I haven't decided which days I'm going to go now to the con. I'm kind of pissed because I was so looking forward to it. And it's
yeah, I know that sucks. I mean, I know there's been a little, controversy, if you want to call it, or, there's a bunch of people, some outrage as to New York Comic-Con and C2E2, where they just announced that, hey, you need to show proof that you're fully vaccinated or proof that you've taken a negative test in the last 72 hours or something like that. To be, to get in access. And, a lot of people are like, oh, well, that's it. I'm not going. I'm selling my tickets, blah, blah, and stuff. So, I mean, to each his own, right? I mean, I get it. I mean, if you don't want to, whatever, it's on you. But, people also have to understand that this is it's a private event, right? I mean, these people are putting on this event, and they could do whatever they want, right? If they feel like this is in the best interest of everybody that's attending, they don't want to be like, hey, this person attended the con and they got sick and we didn't have anything protocols in place. And all of a sudden they're suing us because they got sick, or, they don't want any of that liability.
And there's probably a lot of artists and creators and stuff and celebrities that aren't going to come unless they do that.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now that they do have a mask mandate for PlanetCon, but that's a Kansas City, the city has put that in place.
Yeah,
but there's no vaccination or anything. But we've had a ton of people in the last month
just back out,
cancel, tons of cancellations. almost all the artists and stuff that were going to be there that I was hoping to see are not there no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I mean, it's, it's each his own, right? I mean, for whatever reason, I'm not going to get into that because it's tiresome talking about that. But I mean, and I have the Boston Fan Expo that's happening in a few weeks, and right now they just have like the mask mandate and stuff like that to kind of do that. And I emailed them, I'm like, hey, I just saw this notification from C2E2 and New York Comic Con is like, are you planning on updating anything, or you have anything in place? So I'm waiting to hear back to see if they say anything and stuff like that. But I know they at least had a mask mandate. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you're not, then you still have to wear it. But how are you going to enforce that, right? I mean, there's going to be plenty of people that are like, whatever, I'm just not going to wear it. And so it's one of those things where I'm like, come on, guys, like, can we, get this?
Can we like work together to try to get through this? Yeah.
Like everybody wants to have a good time and stuff like that. Nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants to do that. So I'm
like Kansas City has, even for vaccinated, like indoor events, you're supposed to have a mask.
Yeah.
So everybody's technically vaccinated or not, you're technically supposed to wear a mask.
To wear a mask, exactly.
I'm sure there'll be a bunch of people walking around with that.
Yeah, I think they just changed that because they even changed it at my job. They were like, hey, we told you guys if you're fully vaccinated, no mask. If you're not, you still have to wear the mask. And everybody just took off their mask. And it's like, well, I know this person, I know you, and I know you have not been vaccinated because you've been saying it the entire time that you're not going to get it. I'm like, and you got no mask. I'm like, great. I was like, all right. I was like, come on, guys. So, but like I said,
I should have found a rabbit hole. Let's get back to books.
Let's get back to books. So this is a package that I just got today. I was anticipating it tomorrow, but it came today. So that's always good. It was actually a seller, or I got it on Facebook Marketplace, I think, or something like that. And it came in a kind of a weird box. It was like a lot.
Weird packaging, but
yeah, I mean, it was weird packaging. It was, and this inside it had some cardboard just to kind of hold it in place, and it was in a plastic bag, so it's waterproof.
Yeah, those kind of packing jobs never give me much confidence.
Yeah, so I was like, all right. I mean, I didn't pay much for this, and it's not a anything, again, nothing too crazy, but I feel like I got it for a decent deal. So for the amount of books that's in here and the price that I paid for it, I'm like, so, I mean, at least he kind of put some cardboard and padding around them. So they're like, sure. Yeah. And, the books have no, they have bags, but no boards. So yeah. All right. Again, I mean, I guess you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So again, I mean, I didn't pay much for these. I mean, I think everything worked out to be, it was like 19 books or something like that. And it worked out to be maybe I don't know, a buck a piece or something like that for each book. This looks like just kind of like a trade.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, that looks like a trade. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this one to the side because this was the book that I really wanted from the lot, so that's why I picked it up. But we got Wolverine 82.
Nice.
Pretty cool cover. We got, again, another, looks like trade or a one-shot, Wolverine Bloodlust.
Sweet.
And we got, these started spiking a little bit, but, you never know. The Marvel Comics Presents 139. So,
cool.
Interesting cover.
I don't think I'd seen that one.
Yeah. And we got Wolverine 81. And this feels like it has because I know back in the day they used to have like the cards or whatever the hell, and I could feel it in here.
Yeah,
like that hard. So I need to check that out and see what's in there. We got Wolverine 86 newsstand.
Very cool.
So take that. Take a newsstand. We got this is pretty cool. Wolverine number 80 newsstand, and it's the test tube X23 or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Whatever that nonsense was. Okay, here we go. So see, that's why we keep Jimmy around. He knows
right.
all this.
You know, he got knowledge. You got knowledge.
Exactly. Hey, look, there was a book that had a backboard, and it just happened to be the random ass. Okay, Wolverine 110.
Very cool.
Sure. It's like, all right.
You know.
Of course, the random book would have it. Wolverine 84 and Wolverine 55. So again, nothing too crazy. This is actually a decent one. You got Marvel Comics Presents 119 with Venom, and it's a newsstand. So any 90s books that have newsstand are pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Another Marvel Comics Presents 110 newsstand. So take that with Typhoid Mary. Pretty cool. Marvel Comics Presents number 3 newsstand. So not bad. Getting lucky with some of these newsstands. Wolverine 56. Wolverine 57.
Oh, nice.
Oh, here we go. There you go. There's a nice little set. Marvel Comics Presents 120. So the other part of that Venom.
That Venom story.
Yeah. We got Marvel Comics Presents 108 with Nightcrawler. There's Sam Keefe cover. Okay. And then this is pretty cool. I mean, it's in that's a nice nice bag there.
That's an interesting comic bag.
Well, that's a nice sure. But this is also like, it looks like a nice little one shot here, and it's just Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller.
Oh wow! So is that like the original 4-issue? I wonder if that's the original 4-issue mini.
It could be. I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Was it Claremont and Miller?
Yeah, I think it would have to be.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's pretty cool, and some cool art in the back there.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? But yeah, no, it's it definitely looks like it's the 4-issue mini. I mean, I have all 4 issues, and
yeah, but now you have something.
But now I have. There you go.
You can read them without having to touch them. There you go.
Exactly. So I mean, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. See, it's a trade of the mini.
Jimmy's on top of it.
Yep. And then the last one in there was Wolverine 88.
Oh, nice.
So the first meeting between Wolverine and Deadpool. So again, decent little haul. Like I said, I mean, it wasn't anything special, but
there's a bunch of Wolverine stuff.
I saw a couple Wolverines in there. I'm like, and again, for the price, I mean, you can't beat it. That Wolverine Deadpool one alone, can, if I sell that, it would probably cover the cost of the entire thing.
So yeah, that book actually goes for a little bit. So.
Yeah. So that started spiking out of, for some reason or whatever.
Who knows? Sometimes who knows?
Well, it is X-Men related, so anything X-Men related just started going absolutely bonkers.
Oh yeah, everything.
And so the last book is actually the CGC book.
Oh nice.
And it came taped to all hell. It's a priority box, but they taped the entire outside of it, like all the way around, which I never saw anybody do that before.
So they didn't want to pay the priority price, so that it was in a priority box or something.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not like a crazy book or anything like that. But hey, there's another priority box inside the priority box. So okay, I mean,
there's actually two of them. Like I've done that. I did that when I shipped slabs recently, is because there's two boxes that work almost perfectly for that. One fits the slab really well, and then one goes around it and get just a little bit of extra cushion. And
yeah, and then like I said, and then inside of that one was
geez, that's an interesting. All kinds of envelopes.
Yeah, so they put the bubble envelopes, 3 bubble envelopes on either side of it with some. So I mean,
and you get some shipping material now.
I do have some shipping material now, and then it was also inside of another bubble. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate when people take the time to kind of. It could be a little bit of both, Jimmy. I'm not too sure. This is the second copy that I have of this, but it's an upgraded copy.
So you might keep that one and sell the other now.
Yeah. So it's not a book that you normally won't see me like buy or showcase and stuff like that. But I feel it was probably the best cover out of the number ones in this run. But that's with me personally, and that is.
Oh, nice.
High Republic #1, the Stephanie Hans cover, and a 9.8. So I previously had this in a 9.6. I was able to buy 2 copies at a pretty good price, for one for me and one for my brother. So I got him a copy because he really likes the series. And but this was the cover that I liked the most.
Yeah, that's my favorite cover from that.
This one, it was just a gorgeous cover, and like I said, I was able to. I think I got this one on the Macari app.
Okay, nice.
And I mean, it was like I was watching it for a while, and the person kind of like send you like the offers. And I was like, send me one offer. I was like, no. Maybe a couple weeks or a month later, send me another offer. Nah. And then I was like, finally they sent me another offer. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, well, that's not bad. And I was like, yes. That's a pretty good deal. It's like, especially for like the slab and the grade. I was like, yeah. I was like, if you do the math, it was like, it's really like it paid like $10 for the book, $15 for the book. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's one. If I find the right deal, I may go on and just grab I have a copy of that cover that I haven't sent off or anything yet, but I might just grab an already 9.8 just to have a 9.8. So
yeah, like I mean, it's one of those covers. Like I said, I have the 9.6, but the 9.8 popped up, and if anything happens with this series, it's been a pretty good series.
Yeah.
If anything happens with this, if any of these characters end up showing up or lasting longer, who knows what could happen with this book. And like I said, I feel like this is one of the better covers, if not the best cover out of them.
Of the number one, I think it's. Well, there's some store ones that go for big money that are pretty good, but like to me, that's still I think my favorite one I've seen.
Yeah, as far as like the artwork on this one is like my favorite.
That Hans is pretty good.
Yeah. So like I mean, I had to jump on this one. And like I said, there's plenty of first appearances in here, so you can't beat that. It was like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first appearances in here. So like yeah, you can't beat that. And I mean the case looks pretty good. It's not like cracked up or anything. The book still shifts in here because it's CGC. So yeah, that's and I'm still not on the. I think I am probably going to do my first like CBCS submission. I do have quite a bit of books that I've been cleaning and pressing, and I think those are probably going to get sent.
You're about to get angry emojis in the chat because I'm sure he's still here, even though he hasn't been talking.
So I mean, and again, most. I mean, I'm still going to use CGC and stuff like that. If I'm going to do like any kind of like personal books and things are staying in the PC, I'll probably I'll still use them and stuff. But to sell, just to get them back, the amount of money.
CBCS is almost as slow as CGC now, but
yeah. Well, I was planning on using the 2-day turnaround. It was like a 2-week thing, and I think the even the lowest tier is like $100 or something like that, and it makes the books like $36 a book for the turnaround time. So
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you haven't got angry emojis. Maybe maybe you wandered off for a second.
Yeah, it's like they're to sell. They are to sell. You know, but yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, especially the fact that a lot of the
there he is. I knew he was there somewhere.
Especially a lot of these books are, you know, kind of like in that speculation, you know, category or whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them in hand when things go down.
When you're ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of like, hey, I have that book, it's sitting in CGC and I might get it back in 3 months, or I might get back in 2 months. And by that time, who knows, right? And it could die down. Everybody gets their books, they flood the market. And now all of a sudden, by the time you put your book there, you just lost a couple $100 or something on it. So, you know, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Yeah. See, Jimmy, he's doing the same thing, right? I mean, it's just, as when it came to just like the sheer like economics of it, when I was doing the math, and I'm like, the fact that I can get these books back in, even if it's 2 weeks, right? Because, you know, they were saying even with the 2-day turnaround time, it's roughly you know, anywhere from a week and a half to 2 weeks, which again, $36 a book for 2 weeks, where if you want to get that same 2-day turnaround time from CGC, it was like $100 a book or whatever craziness.
Yeah, it's not worth it unless it's a big book for CGC.
Exactly. And then you know, you have the people that are like, oh well, you know, there's the you can submit like one big book or something like that for the value tier that is faster or something like that, or the 2-day turnaround time, and then throw in a bunch of modern books with it, so they open up the entire package.
But they shouldn't actually like grade them any sooner.
But they don't grade them, right? They'll put them into the system and then they'll sit there.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Having my books sit there for so long. You know, my brother just got some of his books back and stuff. And
I know. I'm about to have like, well, sometime the next couple of weeks, I would say I'll have some books that'll be headed that way. Jimmy has my books that he's cleaning and pressing right now, and it's like, yeah. And then they're gonna go to CGC and sit for 6 months.
And the thing is too is like, I mean, I'm assuming that, you know, obviously they have like air controlled, you know, warehouse and stuff like that where they kind of keep these boxes. But the longer they usually sit is when your pressing starts to kind of,
you lose it. Yeah,
hey, you lose that. Right? It's like
some of that. Yeah,
I need them right away. It's like I press them, I clean them. I need them right away.
I mean, they're sitting in a warehouse in Florida. There's no humidity or anything there that would make them like go back. That's the thing. The turnaround time is annoying, like that it's gotten so long and so ridiculous. But to me, the thing that makes me angry with where CGC is right now is the rate it takes them to open the boxes.
Yeah. Are they still in?
I think it still said, like, the other day I looked, it's still saying like early June.
Wow. Well, at least they're out of May.
Yeah.
Because I know they were in May for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and it you know, it depends on how good the pressing you do. But yeah, I mean, if it sits there long enough, it can revert, and you know, you'll start losing what you had, and especially like the, you know, the waviness and, you know, the nonsense like that. Yeah, it's just it was, when I was, like I said, when I was breaking it down, it worked better for me. I knew I was gonna have the books in hand, and you know, if I'm using them to sell, I was looking at the prices of the sell prices of like CBCS books compared to CGC.
Not as much of a difference as it used to be.
And it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. And like I looked and I'm like, okay, it was, you know, this book was maybe $50 less or something like that, and some of them were almost spot on. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I need to. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't. You know, not everybody's an expert, but yeah, I mean, I just that the thought of having my book sit there for a few months, even before they even get put into the system, and then after that, then they're going to sit there for another few months before they're pushed through the line, and then everything got pushed back for the signings, and it's like, hey, let's add 4 more signings, and it's like, well, how much is that going to add to
well, I know. They have, at least according to their website, like the time has come down a little bit from where it kind of peaked about a month ago. So it got into like 115 days or something, and now it's down like 105 or something. But it's still a long time.
Yeah, and I think, what was it, the fast track was like 85 days or something like that. Yeah. So
except for Andy, who like got him in like 30 days.
And Andy has nice.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, they doesn't mean they're going to revert, but it does occasionally happen with books or whatever, and how well they're pressed to start with, what the actual flaw was, and then I think it also has to do with the environment they're stored in. Like,
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure that CGC has a air cool or like air conditioned warehouse where they can regulate the temperature, that they can keep the humidity out and stuff, because it is Florida, right? You need it needs to be air controlled. If not, every single book is wrinkled. I don't care what it is. They're getting wrinkled.
I assume they have a climate controlled warehouse for that stuff, but
what's going on, Macedon? But I don't know. It was just it was a tough decision, right? Because like I said, I mean, if you look, I don't own any CBCS books, right? I mean, everything I own is CGC. I think I've owned one PGX book in my life, and I sold it. So
very late D-Runk.
No worries, D. I mean, like I said, I mean, there was nothing too crazy. I mean, this was the last book right there. So
that book, and then his AF-15 that he got. But other than that, it really wasn't.
Other than that, it was nothing else. You just
and then you also had an FF1. So
there you go. I mean, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. I think it was like an X-Men #1 that was like an 8.0, but you didn't miss much.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. I have not used EGS. I mean, I know there was a few people that I know who was it? Tony used them. And I think he submitted some books, and I think he kind of knew, he's like, it was a book that wasn't going to be like a high grade. It was going to be like this, like a 7.5 or 8.0 or something like that. And he sent it in purposely to see what the grade would be. And it came back like a 7.5 or 8.0 or something like that. So, I mean, it seemed like they grade, particularly well. But it's just, again, a new company. It's hard to kind of crack into the business and kind of get that reputation built up. It's tough.
And their slabs are basically just those cheapy slabs that you or I could buy. Well, I mean, they're the slabs that George was using for EGC. I mean, and they're fine, but they're not like they're fine for like sort of protecting your book, but it's not the same kind of protection that you get with the other companies. That's get real slabs, and then we'll talk EGS.
It's one of those things where I think a lot of people were using them in the beginning. I know Reggie kind of like used them and stuff like that. And a couple of people they were like, hey, you get a free slab or something like that, and they were sending in just reader copy books, and it's like, oh, this is a book that I had in my collection for years and stuff, and I'll just send it in. And they were coming back like 9.2s and all this other random stuff. Nobody was sending in any. I don't remember seeing anybody sending in like a big book. Like I didn't see like a ASM 300 or anything like that. So I've only seen like these smaller books go in. I mean, I haven't heard anything negative about the company other than like the slabs not being extremely like tough and stuff like that. But as far as like the company itself, again, when you're not receiving as many orders, you can have those, really quick turnaround times.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have, options. It's a cheap option if you just have some books in your collection that you really don't, if you really don't care about, like really like a resale value or anything like that. And it's just like, hey, I just want to protect my books. I just want to have them in a slab and it's cheap. Yeah, might as well go for it. That's fine. But
they're still better than PGX.
PGX, they get shit on a lot, but
they've earned it.
But yeah, they've done a lot of things where it's just like people are like, what is that? Like I said, I had
once you crush your reputation, like it's almost impossible to ever fix it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they're doing a better job now. Like people aren't gonna trust. In general, people aren't gonna trust them. I know that obviously they get some customers because there's people because they are still a business and there are people who send them books.
Oh no, yeah, there's plenty of people. I've seen a bunch of people on like Instagram and stuff like that still saying that I send books to PGX. I mean, obviously, we have members of the community still send their books to PGX, stuff like that. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't. But
on that, somebody's gonna have to. My attitude is like I'm not like. I know this will make TJ angry, but I'm not locked into CGC or CBCS. Like to me, those two companies have separated themselves. That like I trust them both.
Yeah.
But they'll have to keep earning my business, and if somebody else comes in, they're gonna have to demonstrate that they're at least as good as they are for me to use them. And that's just the way it is. Like I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, again, I've used CGC for Jesus Christ. I don't know, 12 years or whatever the hell it is. I mean, I've been with them for quite a bit, and again, I trust them. I've had my issues with them here and there, but like you said, I'm not tied into them, right? I mean, if I go to CBCS or whatever, I'm like, I don't mind trying. It's a healthy competition is fine. It's better for the business, and it just makes it like, hey, you need to step your game up, right? Just because you're on top,
keep looking for improvement. So.
Exactly. No. What's going on, Tacoma? Oh, it jumped on me. What's going on, man?
So. Yeah. Just need DGS to buy them out, both of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Become the true third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't blame me for that. So that means never.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the market has gotten like so crazy, and I think a lot of it stems from the modern market of that 9.8, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I need that 9.8. I need that 9.8, especially in a modern book. And
everybody but me.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too, right? Like I'm not a big like 9.8 person, right? Like you've seen, I got plenty of 9.6s, 9.2s and stuff. You can see my wall. They're not, anything in particular. Would it be nice to get 9.8s in all your modern books? Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes it doesn't happen, right? And if you're reselling, I would say, yeah, it kind of hurts. What's going on, Biggie?
We're good.
It hurts if you're like reselling modern books, right? Because obviously 9.8s of the, you get the premium.
Yeah, there's a definite premium. So
there's a premium for the 9.8 and stuff, which, I understand when, people send in these 25 book, submissions and pre-screens and, 13 of them are not, 9.8s or whatever, stuff like that. And, it does piss you off and stuff like that. I get that. But if it's like your personal collection, unless you really have, some kind of like ADD or whatever, like I need everything to be 9.8s or whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or if it's something that like you're really passionate about, like, hey, I'm trying to, get this entire run in 9.8s or something like that or whatever. Like I know, Andy's trying to get his whole Punisher run in 9.8s and stuff like that. And
Because I yawned a couple times, I think. Hey, it's past my bedtime, TJ. So yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up sooner. I'm gonna be
we're gonna wrap this up. Yeah. No, but like I said, I mean, it's one of those things. But I mean, it's mostly. I feel like it's mostly like the reseller, right? I mean, if you're reselling, that's when you really want that 9.8 and that premium return on investment. But if it's something for yourself, it's whatever. I mean, you get a 9.2, you get whatever. If it's something that you're not planning on selling anytime, who cares? But at the end of the day, you can see some of these books now. A lot of these X-Men books and all these other books where, the 9.8s are getting out of reach for some people. Now all of a sudden it's like, hey, that 9.6, that 9.4, that 9.2, those are starting to spike because people can't afford the 9.8. So
some of the books I want, even the 9.2, 9.0s have gotten that reach for me.
Yeah, it's like, it's insane. Crap. It's insane. Like, my ultimate grail, right, is an FF5. I probably won't get that in the next 15 years.
1.0 maybe.
I'm probably gonna have to get a 0.5 or a 1.0, and it's still gonna cost me like $6,000. I
know.
Where if I would have tried to get that book 5 years ago, I could have probably got like a 5.0 for $5,000 or something like that. So it's absolutely bonkers, but it's where the market goes, and obviously with all the movies and everything, it's gonna just continue. You just have to try to hit those.
Wait till they announce him. Good golly, that book will be. It's insane anyway, but yeah.
Once they just hinted or they mentioned the Fantastic Four, he was
his book took off. Yeah.
There you go. Oh, Jesus.
6,800. But that's almost a 2. Yeah, that's way ahead of what you thought. You thought.
Oh my God! And I know Jimmy's working towards that as well. He's trying to get an FF5, and it's like, I mean, if you want a decent low grade copy, like a 2.5 or a 3.0, you're looking at like almost $9,000, whatever the hell it is, $10,000. Like it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
That's one of those books that for me is just gone. I'm just like,
No.
Yeah,
there's a Secret Wars movie in development. Yeah. It's some of these Silver Age books, just like, again, maybe when I hit retirement, I might be able to get one of these things.
Well, I can sell like everything I got, and I might be able to get one of them.
Yeah, it's just like I sell my entire collection, keep like 2 books, and then maybe I could get that one, and there you go.
There you go. That's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a nice second option.
Exactly. All right. Well, with that, I mean, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up. I've been yapping away for almost an hour. Thanks for everybody for stopping in. I appreciate it. JP, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I always appreciate it. And I mean, it was a good time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the books that I showed off. And I'll see you guys next time. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Later. Peace. He didn't end the stream. Is it still going? Lois, come